Chimpanzee. Chimpanzees don't explode into violence. They organize it. Their attacks are planned, not impulsive. Groups patrol borders, move quietly, and wait for moments of weakness. When they strike, it's not chaos. It's coordination. One distracts, others surround. Escape routes are cut off before the first blow lands. The goal isn't food. It's control. They don't just defeat rivals, they remove them. Males will hunt down competing males from other groups specifically to eliminate future threats. This isn't self-defense in the moment. It's long-term risk management. And when the killing happens, it doesn't end cleanly. Bodies are beaten long after they stop moving. Fingers torn off, faces damaged, genitals targeted. Not because it's necessary, but because it sends a message. Dominance isn't proven by winning, it's proven by destruction. What makes it colder is the social awareness. Chimpanzees know exactly who they're attacking and why. They recognize individuals. They remember past conflicts. Violence is selective, intentional, and political. Even within their own groups, power is enforced the same way. Leaders maintain status through intimidation and group-backed aggression. Anyone challenging the hierarchy doesn't just lose, they're made an example of. There's no hesitation, no emotional overload, no loss of control, just calculated violence carried out by multiple individuals who all understand their role. If some predators kill to survive, chimpanzees kill to rule. Not out of hunger, not out of fear, out of power. Japanese spider crab, Macrochara camphori. It's a deep-sea crab that lives off Japan's coast, and sometimes as far south as Taiwan, hanging out 150 to nearly 2,000 feet below the surface. And here's the crazy part. It's the largest living arthropod on Earth. Its legs can stretch up to 12 feet from claw to claw, longer than most humans are tall. Yeah, unsettling. Despite looking like a deep-sea horror, it's not a predator. It's a scavenger, slowly roaming the ocean floor, snacking on dead fish, algae, and tiny sea creatures. Basically, the ocean's janitor. Why does it freak people out? Size, for starters. Crabs aren't meant to be that big. Then the shape. Long, spindly legs, tiny body, spider vibes all the way. Add the dark, cold depths, an armored shell with spines, and a lifespan that can reach 100 years. And suddenly, it looks like a creature from another era. But it's harmless to humans. No venom, no hunting, just a defensive pinch if provoked. The Japanese spider crab is terrifying not because it's dangerous, but because it defies everything we expect. Giant, ancient, spider-like, and very much real. The honey badger, or Mellivora capensis, sometimes called a radel, is a medium-sized mammal in the weasel family. It lives across parts of Africa, Southwest Asia, and the Indian subcontinent. Standing about 9 to 11 inches tall at the shoulder and weighing between 13 and 30 pounds, it's not exactly huge, but size doesn't matter here. This little mammal has a reputation bigger than almost any apex predator. So what makes this little guy so unstoppable? First, the skin. Honey badgers have thick, loose, rubbery skin that's almost impossible to pierce with teeth or claws. If a predator grabs one, the badger can twist around inside the grip and bite or scratch back. It's basically armor you can wriggle in. Second, the bite. Their jaws are ridiculously strong. They can crush bones, tear open tortoise shells, and turn what should be safe prey into dinner. Third, venom. Not a problem. Honey badgers regularly eat venomous snakes and can survive bites that would kill almost any other animal. They're not completely immune, but their bodies can resist enough to keep them alive while they recover. So snakes aren't scary, they're dinner. Fourth, size doesn't intimidate them. Lions, leopards, hyenas? Bring it on. Honey badgers will stand their ground, and predators often back off because fighting one isn't worth the risk of getting bitten or scratched. Fifth, persistence. Honey badgers fight relentlessly when cornered, going from threat displays straight into attacks. Their long claws and powerful jaws make them dangerous at every stage. So what makes people genuinely respect or fear honey badgers? It's the perfect combo. Armor-like skin, bone-crushing bite, venom resistance, fearless aggression, and relentless persistence. They don't back down. Predators don't challenge them. Even bigger animals think twice. At the end of the day, the honey badger isn't the biggest animal in the jungle, but it might just be the scariest. Shoebill. The shoebill, Balanippus rex, is a massive wading bird found in freshwater swamps across East and Central Africa, including Uganda and South Sudan. It can stand up to 5 feet tall with a wingspan close to 8 feet, which means it's basically human-sized, already unsettling for a bird. Despite being called a shoebill stork, it's not actually a stork. It belongs to its own unique family and is more closely related to pelicans and herons. What really grabs attention is the bill. It's huge, shoe-shaped, nearly 10 inches long, with sharp edges and a hooked tip. This isn't for looks, it's a weapon. Shoebills use it to grab, crush, and decapitate prey like lungfish, catfish, snakes, and even baby crocodiles. Then there's how it hunts. The shoebill can stand completely still for hours, like a statue in the swamp, before striking suddenly and violently. Add its large eyes, heavy brow, and unblinking stare, and it ends up looking more like a leftover dinosaur than a bird. It can also make a loud, rapid bill clattering sound that sounds mechanical and catches people off guard. Despite all that, shoebills don't attack humans. They're calm, solitary birds that mostly ignore people. In fact, they're considered vulnerable, with only a few thousand left in the wild. People find shoebills terrifying not because they're aggressive, but because they look ancient, heavily armed, and unnervingly patient, like something evolution forgot to soften. The star-nosed mole, Condylura cristata, is a tiny, semi-aquatic mammal living in wetlands and swampy soils across northeastern North America, from southeastern Canada down through the eastern US. It's only 6 to 8 inches long and weighs a few ounces, but it has one feature that makes it unforgettable: a pink, fleshy star of 22 tentacle-like appendages around its nose. And this isn't just decoration. Each tentacle is packed with thousands of sensory receptors called Eimer's organs, giving the mole an insanely precise sense of touch. It can detect and eat prey, worms, insects, crustaceans, even small fish, in less than half a second. It might even sense faint electrical signals underwater, a skill almost no other mammal has. But why does it look so freaky? That star-shaped nose, tiny, almost useless eyes, and partly underground lifestyle give it an alien vibe. The tentacles move so fast they blur, making the mole seem like it's seeing with its nose instead of its eyes. Despite the strange look, it's a highly effective hunter. It swims in zigzag motions, stays active under ice or snow, and is one of the fastest mammalian foragers on the planet. People find it unsettling because it's part alien, part machine, a face that doesn't look like a face, tentacles that sense faster than our eyes, and behaviors that feel eerily precise. Fascinating, bizarre, and a little creepy. That's the star-nosed mole. The common potu is a nocturnal bird found across Central and South America, from Nicaragua all the way down to Argentina. It's related to nightjars and frogmouths, and size-wise, it's nothing crazy, about 13 to 15 inches long. But looks are where things get strange. At first glance, you don't see a bird at all. You see a broken branch, a tree stump, dead wood. That's the trick. The potu's mottled gray and brown feathers blend so perfectly with bark that during the day, it becomes almost invisible, and it doesn't move at all. If something gets close, it freezes even harder, head tilted up, eyes barely open, pretending to be wood instead of life. And it works way too well. Then night falls. That branch suddenly opens huge yellow eyes built for low light and a wide mouth designed to catch insects midair. It hunts silently, snatching flying insects straight out of the darkness. But then there's the sound. At night, the potu makes a long, eerie call, a descending whistle that sounds like "pour me one." If you hear it echoing through the forest and don't know what it is, it genuinely sounds like something mourning or watching. Those eyes don't help either. They're so large and alert that even when the bird looks like it's resting, it can still detect movement through tiny eyelid openings. To humans, it feels like the bird is always aware of you. But why do people find the common potu unsettling? Because it's silent when it shouldn't exist, invisible until you're too close, and vocal only when it's dark. It looks dead during the day and alive at night. The common potu isn't scary in the usual way. It's scary because you could be staring right at it and never know.